Hey y'all, welcome to my Raw review for July 2nd, 2012. Now, as usual, I read off a website because, you know, most of Raw isn't worth remembering, so it's like bringing back traumatic memories. Alright, so, they hyped Manager Teddy Long as tonight's. Sorry, that came out wrong. They hyped Teddy Long as tonight's general manager and his main event, which is CM Punk and John Cena versus Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho. Of course, Teddy didn't even have to bring this up. I mean, as soon as he was named general manager, you just knew it's gonna be tag match mania. Thanks a bunch, you stupid old man. Anyway, John Cena comes out. He's talking about last week. He thanks Jericho and thanks Big Show, and it's just a promo between Chris Jericho and John Cena, and then Daniel Bryan comes out, and then CM Punk comes out, and then Big Show comes out, and then Kane comes out. That's about it. It's just some beatdown, so I don't know. That was kind of a boring promo. The first match of the evening is, of course, excuse me. First match of the evening is, of course, a tag team match. Cody Rhodes, David Otunga, Titus O'Neil, and Darren Young versus Christian, Santino Marella, R-Truth, and Kofi Kingston. So R-Truth comes back to a minimal crowd response. They didn't even acknowledge, like, oh look, it's R-Truth that's back. It's just like, nope, here comes R-Truth. This tag match wasn't too bad, actually. It was funny. Primetime players like, no, we don't need this, and then they just leave the ring. Of course, Brodus Clay comes out and throws David Otunga back in the ring so Santino can hit his, worse than death, seventh layer of hell finishing move, the Cobra. I don't know why people think Santino is so funny. He's a pain in the ass. So yeah, Christian, Santino, R-Truth, and Kofi win. And then after that, the annoying kids come in to dance. This is what's annoying, because there's so many kids, because this is the prime audience target. Just, the product is so shitty. Backstage, Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez walk up on Teddy Long, and then Del Rio's talking about that he should be the number one contender because he earned it after WrestleMania and never got it. And then Teddy says the board of directors have named him the number one contender for Money in the Bank. And then Teddy says, like, oh, you have a match after the break. And who isn't? It's a surprise. Not much of a surprise. It's Sin Cara, which Sin Cara gets thrown on the outside, and Del Rio just locks in the cross arm breaker on him outside, and then he kind of just leaves. That was a really boring match. After that, AJ's backstage, and then Daniel Bryan walks up. He has a single rose, and then he's pretending to, he's faking some sympathy, like, I've always cared about you, AJ. And then AJ, you just like that because I'm the referee at Money in the Bank in your match. And then she bites the rose and walks away. I fucking hate AJ. I think she's gross too, like 90 pounds and looks like some deformed child. Anyway, Paul Heyman speaks via satellite, even though I'm pretty sure they were advertising Brock Lesnar to return at tonight's show, so I don't know what the hell that's all about. This promo is kind of retarded because the first thing Paul Heyman says is that Brock Lesnar will deliver his answer to Triple H's challenge to his face at the 1000th episode of Raw. So what's the point of that? You've just given away the main point, and then he goes off on some tangents babbling. This is a failed promo. Announced for tonight, Kane vs Big Show in a no disqualification match, and also another tag team match, Sheamus and AJ versus Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero. I do not expect anything out of this one. Now, Dolph Ziggler is a very good wrestler, but mixing him up in these shitty gimmicks is just very detrimental to his success. And personally, I think Sheamus is pretty boring. I mean, his World Heavyweight Championship reign has been pretty gay. Sorry to offend my homosexual viewers, but that's just the term. His reign is gay. So eventually Vicky gets tagged in, and then AJ has to come in. and AJ hits a Shining Wizard for the win. That was a very boring match. AJ starts chanting yes and runs backstage, and then she's looking for CM Punk and walks up on him, and CM Punk's on the phone, and he tells her to hang on, and she's getting needlessly pissy about this. And then Punk says he was talking to his sister. Excuse me. And then she asks if she saw the match. He said, "No, I've been on the phone for 15 minutes. I didn't know you had a match." And then now AJ's all fucking pissy because CM Punk wasn't paying any attention to her. This is just annoying, these attention-whoring bozos. And besides, AJ isn't worth paying attention over. She's gross, like I already said. So, Heath Slater's in the ring, and we already know what this means. Some legend is gonna come down and kick his ass. And there were rumors of DDP coming out, but then out comes Doink the Clown. So it's like, oh my lord, what a disappointment. Not to mention the crowd reaction is pretty lukewarm because, as everybody knows, anyone who is in the Doink the Clown outfit is just a constant replacement. It's not the same guy over and over again, so no one gives a shit. So after that, Heath Slater actually wins this match because no one gives a fuck about Doink either. After that, yo, it's me, it's DDP. He actually comes out and does the woo, and then DDP pulls Heath Slater in for a hug and lays him out with a diamond cutter. Pretty entertaining stuff if you ask me. So good stuff. Yeah, the match after that was the no DQ match, Kane vs Big Show. This wasn't exactly a no disqualification match, so to say, because you'd expect it to be a little more than a singles match. But you know, if you're a fan in current WWE, then you are sadly mistaken if you think you're gonna get an entertaining product. So it's pretty much just fighting on the outside, you know, exchanging wannabe choke slams, and then yeah, Kane hits Big Show with a DDT, gets a 2 count, then Kane goes up to the top for a clothesline. Big Show moves, Kane grabs a chair, and Big Show spears him. It looks like Big Show cracked his head in the chair, but he's selling his shoulder. And then Big Show chokeslams Kane on the steel chair. This was a boring match again. Teddy Long runs into Eve Torres backstage, who hasn't been on TV for quite a while. She's kissing up to him. Teddy says, "Save the drama," and then he puts a big name tag on her that says, like, "Hi, my name's Eve," imitating what Teddy had to wear for months at a time. Eve tears it up and walks up to AJ, who's crying, and then Eve is being a bitch, and then AJ says Eve will do anything for attention, even though AJ is a gigantic attention whore, who is needless of praise anyway. At least Eve is attractive, although she's a mega attention whore on TV and on Twitter, so... yeah, AJ just walks off saying that I'm gonna show everyone how to get attention. And then after that was Tyson Kidd versus Tensai. I predicted how this match would go. I predicted what would happen after. And I was exactly right, because it's that predictable. Tyson Kidd comes in, Tensai comes in. You know, it looks like it's gonna be a squash. Tyson Kidd rolls up Tensai. And then Tensai starts to beat the shit out of Sakamoto. And then yeah, Chris Jericho's backstage. Daniel Bryan walks up, and then they're making fun of each other's jackets, blah blah. And then Tyson Kidd is backstage with Josh Matthews, and then Kidd says, "I'm on top of the world," and of course, as predicted, Tensai attacks him. Yeah, that was predictable. Main event: Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan vs CM Punk and John Cena. I do not like these goddamn fucking tag team matches. They are not entertaining. It's just pairing two feuds up with each other, hoping to get a good match. It was fucking boring. It's always fucking boring, if you ask me. And of course, when it starts to get stale, of course, AJ's music will hit. Well, it does hit. She comes down skipping to the ring. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan aren't paying attention to her, which is just fucking annoying, because AJ, you're not worthy of attention, you're fucking gross. And then she gets up on the apron. Still no attention. And then AJ goes under the ring, pulls out a table. AJ sets up the table at ringside, and she's climbing up the ring steps. It looks like she's going to jump through the table to get attention. And then Punk climbs on top of the turnbuckle, tells her to get down. She grabs him and makes out with him. And then AJ pushes CM Punk down onto Daniel Bryan, and they both crash through the table. And then AJ, being annoying with that bucktooth face, "Yes, yes, yes." She's so fucking annoying. I don't care if you say, like, "At least she's doing something in the WWE." Which, yeah, I know what you mean, but Whatever. She's a very annoying character, if you ask me. That's all I have to say about Raw tonight. It was boring, as usual. I really hope they step the quality up for the 1000th episode. All I can do is pray, but really, I don't hold any high expectations. Leave your thoughts down below and give this thing a thumbs up. Have a good day, everyone.